Hello and welcome back to another episode of Piping Up. Today's program is a little bit different than what you might expect. There's no music in today's program, and that was because of a slight issue with the organ that was noted just a little bit before we began our trip into the South. So it's going to be slightly different than what you expect for our episodes. So this is going to be a video at Evangelical Presbyterian Church in Newark, Delaware. And at the time, we were fully prepared to film the organ with music and with a wonderful interview with the organist. And a little bit before we came to the church, the organ went offline, and that was because of a massive storm that rolled through the East Coast and ended up damaging some of the electrical equipment inside the organ. Because of this, some of the equipment had to be shipped over to Canada and had to be repaired. Of course, that takes a decent amount of time to get all this stuff fixed and repaired and sent back. So when we arrived, obviously those parts were not at the church, so therefore the organ was silent during filming. So with that said, there's no music, but still a wonderful pipe organ that we were able to climb into the chambers and to get a really good in-depth video for you guys, for you to enjoy and for you to explore the organ like we did on that day. So anyway, thanks for listening and enjoy the rest of the program.
Hi, my name is Higo Rodrigues. I'm the music director here at Evangelical Presbyterian Church of Newark, Delaware. And I've been here at this church for about 7 years. Me and my wife, we moved from Kentucky after we completed our education there. And I work with all aspects of music here at EP. I mainly play the piano, but I lead the choir, lead the band. And when I came to EP, I have never played the organ before. So one of the things they asked is whether I could take some organ lessons and improve on my organ playing. So I did that with David Shalott in Wilmington, Delaware, in just a couple months. And that helped me to get started with playing the organ, transitioning from piano playing to organ playing. And yeah, I've been here for about 7 years and playing the Möller organ. A little bit of the history of EP in Newark. The church used to be in Main Street, and I believe during the 1970s, maybe before, we moved to this sanctuary, or this location, first where the fellowship hall is, and then this was later built. When this was built in the 70s again, the organ was commissioned as well. So the initial organ is from the 1970s, 2 consoles, and then around 1990, there was all the negotiations to expand the organ. So we can show later, but before we had only 3 panels. This was when the church was first installed. And then again, during the 90s, towards the end of the 1990s, the panels expanded to each side to give more space for more pipes. That's how the organ came to be. For those of you who are thinking of a musical career, especially church music, I started a little late in the game when I was back in Brazil, 17, 18. That's very late for piano playing, to start your piano playing. But I practiced a lot, 3-4 hours a day. And one thing that I would recommend, my musical background, we had to play by ear a lot back in Brazil, accompanying church, singers, soloists, a little bit of jazz. I think that's a great skill if you have piano lessons, organ lessons, to also develop your ear, harmonically knowing where you are in the music. It's very helpful, especially if you want to be a church musician, but not only that. Musical career involves a lot of creativity, and the more you know, it helps with your performance. But other than that, find a good teacher and love what you do and spend your time learning a skill.
All right, we're in the grate. So we have pipes in the front, pipes in the back, and obviously with the mesh in the front here, you can see a decent selection of pipes. In the front, we have the mixture rank, and then we have a wattle flute, and then we have a Spitz flute and a principal rank, and that continues to the back. And then we also have a wooden rank, Borden, on the back here, and there's 2 sets of them continuing on the back wall. And this is pretty much it for the grate. Most likely, I think part of an expansion, I believe, in the future. Yeah, part of an expansion. So yeah, very clean. Nothing terribly crazy about it. Actually, probably one of the few cleaner chambers I've seen. So you won't have to get too dusty about this. So, all right, let's go into the swell and we'll check out what's in there. Alrighty, in the enclosed swell chamber. So starting off in the direct front here, and what makes it ridiculously difficult to get in here is a trumpet. One of the few reeds in this room. We have a notable chimney flute in the back. Several other ranks in here as well. Speckled piping on some of these and have been refitted on the top. Very impressive indeed. We have another reed out front, kind of a chimade style. It's right in front of the swell enclosed box. Directly in front, right across from there. All right, and last but not least, on the far left side, if you're looking out from in the chancel area, is the pedal division. We have 2 reed ranks in the center, and we have a couple of other options. Closed cap-topped pipes. Mixture all in the front here. And then if we look up towards the top here, see the chimes. And they're used, I believe, every Sunday. Yes, they're used every Sunday. So they're there. And last but not least, the biggest ones in this area, the massive pipes here. We're at the top of the largest pipes, and a rare thing to be seen, Haskelled topped pipes. Quite different from what we normally see. And then obviously you have the largest ones that are not Haskelled here, nor mitered. And obviously the largest ones here are Haskelled. Quite ingenious here. And then we have a massive reed on the front here, going all the way down. And the rest is on the chest over there. And obviously we can look out into sanctuary through the mesh, and yeah, that is the chamber on this side. Alrighty, so now we're in the positive division. So we have terrace, spritz principal, holes gedeckt, Celeste, all the way on this side. It's all the way up. And then on this side, and also I will mention, we got some Reuter stuff going on here on the tops of these. It's real interesting with the springs. And then we have the clarinet, one of the few reeds in here on this side. A couple flute on the front end here. Just 3 ranks on this side here. That is the full positive sign on this organ, and it's kind of
hidden away in a far side of the room. Also kind of an enclosed room chamber with shutters as well. That is the organ from the standpoint of the pipes.